Hey there, Jamie with Brazelton Realty here. Have you been looking for that diamond property, the diamond in the rough, so to speak? But every time you find a property that's really nice, there's 50 offers and it goes way over asking and you just can't compete. Keep watching this video. I'm gonna give you some tips and some tricks to look for the diamond in the rough property that's gonna help you get an offer accepted. If this is your first time watching on this channel, we talk about all things real estate related as it concerns with Northern Colorado. If you are interested in this topic, please subscribe. And if you find value in this video, hit that like button. That's all that I ask of you. So if you're like every other buyer in this market, you're frustrated, you're tired of putting in multiple offers, you feel like you're going to have to settle in the property that you live with. So I'm going to give us 5 ways that we can find the diamond in the rough. Starting with number 1, start looking for off-market properties. Now look at Facebook, look at Craigslist. There's a lot of things that you can do to find these properties. Look for the for sale by owners. The other thing you can do is start spreading the word. If this is a place where you have lived, start talking to your friends and your neighbors, asking them if they know anybody who may think about selling property. Hopefully this is something your real estate agent is doing as well. But if not, or in conjunction with that, right, the more people out looking, the better. Start spreading that word. Ask people on Facebook, ask people with all the social media platforms. Try to find something that nobody else has access to. This is going to help you out a lot. Now, number 2, look for properties with bad pictures. There are so many lazy real estate agents, lazy and cheap. And a lot of times they'll walk in with a cell phone and they'll just snap a few pictures because in this market, you're going to sell it regardless. Look for those properties. Maybe the house doesn't look very good in the pictures. Go see it anyways. You may be surprised. It may be a property that is a lot better than what you really thought it would be. I personally have done this with a property of my own. We almost didn't go look at a house because the pictures were so bad, and we looked at it and we ended up buying that property for under asking price. Why? Because the pictures weren't very good. Number 3, look for property with incorrect data. There's a lot of properties, especially here in the Front Range of Colorado, that have basements that are finished, but they never pulled a permit to finish that basement, and so it never got recorded with the county assessor as a finished basement. And a lot of times real estate agents are too lazy to do that work and update the MLS. Now this is really common. Don't let that scare you away necessarily. You can tell how well that basement was finished by just the outside of it usually, but don't be afraid to do a little homework yourself. Try to find properties that, hey, you know what? Maybe this house would be big enough if that basement was finished. Go look at it. Maybe the basement is finished and you didn't know about it. Also, expand the search area that you are looking in. If you're looking in a certain area and you've got a map drawn and it's really a tight area, expand that out, because a lot of times agents aren't putting the location correctly. They're just relying on Google to do that, and sometimes Google gets it wrong. And those properties may be right where you want to live, but the pin is not placed there, so Google doesn't think that it's within your search criteria. So look for those. Incorrect data is an awesome way to find a property that you want. It was just recorded wrong, and so it may be perfect for you. You just have to do a little digging to find it. Now, the other thing that you can do to get an offer accepted on a good house is look for houses that don't have an offer acceptance date. Usually in this market, when I list a property, I'm going to say, let's give it 3 days and we'll look at all offers on Monday or whatever. Look for properties that don't have that. Some agents, they will accept or they will present the first offer that comes in. Look for properties that the agent will do that with that particular property, and then get in there quick. See the house as fast as you can and write an offer as fast as you can. Get it presented and put a little bit of pressure on the listing agent to get that offer in front of their sellers. Tell them that you're going to keep looking at property, and if you find one that you like better, you're going to withdraw your offer and write an offer on that one. Make sure they know that not only is this a seller's market, it is a seller's market, but it's put so much pressure on the buyers that buyers are having to write offers really quick and have to see property really quick. So they need to be on top of their game as well. Look for those properties. This is where a good real estate agent is going to help you out, because they're also going to be looking for these properties, because usually you as the buyer won't be privy to that information because it's going to be kept from public eyesight as far as when that offer needs to be submitted. Now, number 5, look for properties that are priced too high. Now, one of the things I have seen in this real estate market, kind of the cardinal sin for listing agents, is pricing property over what that property is worth. Now, property is selling for more than properties are really worth. That's true. And so listing agents are thinking, well, I might as well list the property up that high. And it's probably the sellers that are the ones doing that. Now, when that happens, it actually does the opposite. Not always, but a lot of times. What happens is it pushes that property outside of the realm in which buyers are looking. Because what buyers are doing is they're saying, I can afford $350,000. That's my top. I can't go any higher. So what they're doing is they're not looking at 350 because they're saying that property is going to go for 360, 70, or closer to 400. It's crazy. Some of these houses are going for astronomical prices. So what they're doing is they're setting their sights at like the 300 or 310, maybe 325 mark, and then they're going into those properties. So if you can find a property that's, say, priced at 375, but it's only worth 350, 360, in that range, look for that property, because a lot of times you can get in on those properties without the competition, because even the people that are at the $400,000 level, they're not even looking there because that house still doesn't really meet what they want for a house. And I've seen it a couple times this year where buyers are able to get their offer accepted for a property. Yes, it's priced a little bit high, but it wasn't as high as it would have been if that property was priced lower and there was a bidding war on that property. So this is a really good option as well. If you're a buyer out there and you're frustrated with all the craziness that's going on, what tactics have you found that have gotten your offers accepted? If you have other things that I'm not mentioning here, please list those below in the comments. I would love to hear from you. I'd love to hear if these tactics that I have mentioned are helpful, or if you have some other ones. I hope this is helpful. I hope that I'm giving you some tools that you can stick in your tool bag to make yourself more competitive and to find some of those houses that maybe are getting overlooked that could hopefully turn out to be your dream home. I'm going to list a Colorado market report down in the description. If you are thinking of moving to Colorado, or if you're looking for another place to live, go ahead and download that report, and hopefully it will fill your mind with some awesome information and get you thinking about where is the perfect destination for you to move.